Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new live stream, and welcome to my kitchen lounge room here in Moscow region in Russia. I hope everyone's having a great day. It's Monday evening here in Moscow. It's 8:46 p.m. Now, I did put out the notification of the live stream quite a bit earlier today, so I hope more people can join at this time. Obviously, it's a little bit difficult to find the perfect time for everyone to watch. So I thought this time was a little bit better. Also, I had to go out shopping a little bit earlier. We were meant to have a plumber come to look at our kitchen sink, but he said he was still in Moscow and couldn't get to our house in time. So that's why I put it for 8:45. So yeah, here I am live, and I've got my fancy light on today. I don't normally use this, but I thought I'd give it a try. So thanks everybody who's already here live. And now I know I haven't done a live stream for quite a while. I'm pretty sure I feel like it was 26 days ago. I'm just looking at the donation alert pop out screen on my other screen, which is over this side for me, but that side for you guys. And it says 10 days or 26 days ago. So yeah, please let me know how the sound is and the picture quality. You may have a cog on the bottom right of your screen where you can adjust the playback quality. If it's not, it might be set to default or auto. You can always improve that if you want to. Yeah, let me know where you're watching from, maybe what time it is. That would be great. There is a few people who also commented ahead of the stream starting. Mary Ellen Grossman, hello. If you're watching it either live or on replay, you're also one of the channel members. So thank you so much for being part of the membership of the channel. Brett B, hello. 50, hello. AK, hello. Fireflux, hello. Talmeriga. I think that's getting it wrong, but no worries. Janice, hello. Amore, Jacques. I said bonjour in the chat. Hello. Taylor, hello from St. Louis. Hello. Yeah, AK, Janice. Carol, Ali, hello. I am looking down slightly. Oh my gosh, I just realized. Oh, hopefully it's not going to happen. No worries. I am looking down slightly at the chat, so please excuse my eye level when I don't look directly at the camera. I'm always trying to tweak the exact location that I want to have the microphone, the light, the camera. So I think I've kind of got it right about now. 7 hours more than where I am here. Yeah, so just about 9 p.m. I know it's 5 hours to Perth. So maybe Fireflux, you're over on the east coast of Australia, unless you're somewhere in Asia. I don't remember everybody's place where they're from. I'm glad that you're with us, friend. Thank you, AK. Hello. I hope everything is well. Carol, yes, everything is really well. Today, I didn't do too much. I went to the local shopping center. I had to film an ending of another video because I forgot to. I like to film an intro and an outro when I film videos. I'm sure you realize that from a lot of the videos on the channel. And I forgot to film the outro of a video. So I've basically gone and filmed something that makes me look like I'm somewhere else. It may not make sense until you see the video, but I had to go and just add, and I had to go to a certain place in Moscow to do that. So I kind of went to the local shopping center at the same time. Fireflux. Yes. Oh, I'm in India. Hello to India. I went to an Indian Day festival yesterday that was in Moscow, and I'm actually going to have a video coming out one day this week from that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a house tour video first, and then the Indian Day event that was yesterday in a few more days' time. Not sure yet which way I'll get it around. Good morning, everyone. Lacey, hello. How's it going? John Allen, I hope all okay, UK. Maybe you're in the UK and you're okay. From the Northeast Bronx. I didn't know there was like a Northeast and South Bronx. I never knew that they actually, Spence, if that was a thing, but I guess it is. 1:48 here in Canada. Nice. I'm in the greater Toronto area. Carol, hello. I'm going to try and get through the chat. I know the chat tends to go quicker than I can deal with it. So I'm sorry if I get behind or I don't keep on top of it. I also like to pop things up on the screen. Just a few things too. If anyone does a super chat, obviously that comes up on the screen. Super chats are a way to donate to the channel through YouTube. A lot of people also want alternative ways to do that. One is called donation alerts. Now, if I go to this and press that, it has donation alerts. Now, there's a link in the pinned comment, or there's also a link in the description of the video. And anybody around the whole world can use donation alerts. And it's a way to basically support me or the channel primarily, not necessarily me. You know, I'm not exactly just going to an ATM machine and wafting money around. It's definitely not what I do. So, yes, it basically goes towards making videos, traveling to places, staying in places, and making more videos. So, yeah, donation alerts, super chats. There's also super stickers that can come up on live streams as well. Donation alerts, I can't put up on the screen. I can technically do it, but it's got to be basically a shared screen where I do that. So, but you can put a comment there. 2 different people have used it while I wasn't doing a live stream, and both of them are anonymous. This keeps happening a lot. People do donations to donation alerts and don't put their name or a comment. That's completely okay if you do want to do that. It just leaves me mysteriously not knowing who anybody is. So, yeah, there is also Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal as well, if people do use different methods of helping or donating or supporting a channel. So I get that out the way. But there's a pinned comment there for a couple of options if you wish to donate to the channel. I have got all these crazy ideas with donations to the channel. One of them is actually buying a different microphone for my recorded videos. I do love the microphones that I've got, but I've found another model of a microphone that I'd really like to get alternatively, and I'm not sure if I can talk my wife into getting that, but I figured if I divide it by every subscriber on the channel, we can get there somehow. So yeah. Hello, Joanna. Hello. Duarte della Fiedro. Hope you're doing well in Portugal. If anyone does type anything in Russian, I can't read Russian. So please, if you can possibly do Google Translate, you're more than welcome to type in Russian. I just can't read the comment. Obviously, keep it polite and friendly if you're typing crazy things. That does happen sometimes. This is Celia. Hello. Здравствуйте. I'm not sure if your name is Russian name or some kind of obscure font. I'm from Moscow. Sound and image is okay. Well, that's great. I'm glad. The signal hasn't got to go very far. Just up Kievka Chaussee from my house to your house, wherever you are in Moscow. Hello, Lacey. It's 5:48 in the morning. Oh, very early. Sorry. From a chilly Canberra. Oh, I think Canberra and Tasmania, I think, is always the 2 coldest places, aren't they, in Australia whenever they read the weather reports. Greetings from Rotterdam. Hello, Rob. How's it going? Hello from the Netherlands. 7:50 over here. I hope you're well. Yes, I'm doing very well. Yeah, yesterday I went to the India Day Festival. It was sunny when I got there. Then it started raining later on. And I intentionally went in the afternoon on Sunday on the 4th day of the event, thinking the weather would hold off because it's been cloudy and overcast and rainy kind of all last week. And today was nice. It was just overcast today. So, yes, Arizona, very hot. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, hello from Moscow Oblast. I'm also in Moscow Oblast as well. I'm very close to Vnukovo Airport. So if anyone who's in Moscow, I'm not too far. I'm actually almost in the flight path of Vancouver Airport, depending on the wind and the weather. We either hear lots of planes or we hear no planes. From South Carolina. And your name is South Carolina. How cool is that? So, yes. I'm in Montreal, Quebec. Oh, everyone's everywhere. Have you been to Tumin? I haven't, Vitali, no. We do have friends here in Aprelivka where I live who are from there originally, and they've invited us many, many times. And we are promising that we're going to go to Tumin. So, yeah, it is a thing we're going to do. Hello from Kurgan. Kurgan? I don't know where Kurgan is. I just want to say a big thank you to Tatiana Carmichael. Thank you for the super sticker. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Thumbs up to you. I tend to do thumbs up a lot in my videos, so it's become a thing. Anybody follows me on Telegram, I take photos when subscribers meet me. I like to take a photo with them and put it on the Telegram as well, and we do thumbs up photographs. So thank you so much for $20 super chat. That's really amazing. Wow. That's so, I'm looking at it over here, which is really over here on my other screen because it's got the, I think when I put it up on the screen here, it doesn't show the super sticker, but in the chat it shows. So yeah, I can definitely put them on the screen if it's super chats and stickers. And then the donation alerts I can just read out. I figured out a way to put it on the screen, but it's a bit goofy. So thank you so much. That's very nice of you. Oh, what happened there? Oh my gosh, now the chat is going way too fast. I'm in Montreal. Oh, hello. Okay, we got that part. Great to have a live stream since I'm back to work and can't join the chatting in Telegram during the day. Yeah, the Telegram chat. So if you join the Telegram channel and then you put a comment on a post, you'll go over to a chat, and there's about 400 people in there, and there's about 100 active people, and there's a lot of chat. Even when I'm not using it, there's people chatting to each other a lot. So it's no worries if you're watching a live stream or watching through Telegram. I tend to post a lot more daily things, things that I see, screenshots of things there as well. Spaceman, how is my day going? My day is going great. I'm happy that I went and filmed. I went all the way to a shopping center and then to a housing estate, or a micro district, they like to call them in Moscow, to film 2 minutes. And then I went to the shopping center and then I came home. But I needed to do that part because I forgot to film an outro of another video. So I've now got 2, as they say, in the can videos to put on the channel soon. Hello from Green, Oregon. Maybe Green's a place. Oregon, I know. How's your day going? Oh, I'm reading this twice here. Hello, Marlini Estefanias. Hello. In what city am I now? I'm in Aprelivka. So Aprelivka is in the southwest of Moscow. It's called Moscow region. So it's basically outside of the rings of Moscow, about 50 kilometers from Moscow, I would say. I think we're about 30 kilometers to the Makad, very close to Vancouver Airport. So if you look at a map of Moscow and found Vancouver Airport, which is one of 4 airports in Moscow, 3 main airports. I'm not too far from there at all. Where's your likes? There is some likes, I think. Well, I really need to squish the screen now to see them. 112 likes. Wow. That's crazy. Thank you so much for 112 likes. Hello from Saratov. Hello, Jeka. You'll pass my salutations to the wife. Oh, yes, of course. My wife, she's in the other room. She's relaxing. She likes to watch YouTube shorts a lot lately. She doesn't like me telling everybody about everything she does all the time, but that's her new thing at the moment, is watching YouTube shorts. I guess it's like watching TikToks and Reels on in Instagram, but that's her new thing. Hello from Greece. Oh, you're in Greece. Oh, that's Greek. The Greek alphabet, I guess, is your name. 7 p.m. in the UK. Oh, it's early then. I just realized now that the football season's starting again, so I'll be able to watch some English football on television. Showing Moscow and Russia. Thank you, Olga. You're very welcome. Again, if you wrote in Russian, if someone can translate it, it would be super nice of you if somebody's wrote something nice. Hello in Sri Lanka. Wow. SMD Nirashan. Hello. Oh, Great Britain. Everybody everywhere in the world. What is still the most controversial thing for you in Russia? Controversial. There's no Kit Kats. That's the most controversial thing. And actually, when I went in the chocolate aisle today at Globus, I went to Globus Hypermarket, which is in Solara Shopping Center, which is my nearest big shopping center. There's no Kit Kats. And that's a controversial thing because every other chocolate bar is there. Bounty, Milky Way, Snickers, Mars, every, Western brand of chocolate is there. But there's no Kit Kats. And that's a problem. Hello from Denver. Oh, I've been to Montrose in Colorado. So I'm pretty sure you know Montrose. I had a friend living there and I went to visit I was there for about 4 weeks in Montrose. Hello from Finland. Hello. Was it difficult or easy to get to film at the car factory? Mr. Jamox, it was actually easy in terms of just sending emails. It was more difficult in the fact that they scheduled it, then they canceled it, then they scheduled it, then they canceled it because of a few things that have been happening in Moscow generally. But no, it wasn't that difficult. It was just fortunate to catch the right person. That's the thing with going to some of these things that I show in my videos, is just catching the right person who's the person involved in that thing or event or place or house. So no, it wasn't really that difficult. I'd like things to be quicker and easier, of course, but have no effect on the great living in Russia, right? I really hope so, because you really don't need the US dollar. That's not so controversial to put that up on the screen. Yeah, the dollar's gone nuts at the moment, hasn't it? It's gone over 100 to the ruble, and then it's gone over 64 to the Australian dollar. So actually, if I bring dollars to Russia, it's actually a good thing for me. So obviously, there's a lot of people who say it's bad, and then some people say it's good. So it depends on which way you're bringing the money. So if you're bringing US dollars to Russia, you get more money, right? If you're taking rubles out of Russia, you get less. Hello from St. Petersburg, the William Mad. Glad there's a man like you. Thank you. Yeah, I was in St. Petersburg to film the video at the Fish House Factory, which is Baltisky Barak. I think a lot of Russians will know that seafood brand. They produce the label of Fish House for Pitorichka. And I was there literally for 20 hours. I think even less than that if I worked it out. Don't forget that I'm following it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can join, you can like, and then there's the Telegram chat. Then you don't have to chat. You can or not. I mean, it's very, very friendly. It's very, very a nice community of people that are in the Telegram. So, yeah. Have to go downstairs to put clothes in the dryer for your finish. I'm sure, I know, I'll definitely be here. I'm sure you'll be still doing whatever you're doing. Are you going to go to a KHL hockey game this season? Definitely. KHL. Is that what the Russian league is called? I need to look up the schedule. I think it's definitely easier to go to the hockey it is at the moment than the football, because the football, you need to now register with Gosta Lugi to get a fan ID, which was something that they had for the World Cup football. And they've now put it in for domestic football matches. And I'm having problems trying to register my fan ID. Need to figure that out, really. So, yeah, I'll definitely try and get to a hockey match. I went to some last season. Yeah, I know all the stadiums in Moscow. They're easy to get to. They're easy to attend. Hello. Hi, Russell. Have you managed to hang out in someone's dacha this summer? You all know skewering shashlik with beer and stuff like that. I haven't been to anyone's. Oh, I know we did go to our friends in Narofominsk. This was about 2 months ago. We went there actually, we had hamburgers as well as shashlik. So yeah, if anyone wants to invite me to a dacha, though, I can happily come along I'll even bring either beer or meat, whatever you wish. And then when we went to Ufa, if you saw the previous videos, I showed the holiday or country club, they called it, where we stayed at the country club. We definitely did shashlik there as well, which was really nice. Didn't show it in the video, but we definitely had shashlik. Hello from Iowa. Good to see another live stream. Thank you. Yeah, I want to do more of them. I just need to be more diligent in posting the times of doing them and being here. Hi there. How is it going? I'm watching you all around the year. It's very interesting for me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, everything's going good at the moment. Hopefully I'll have a new video tomorrow. Let's see if I can get one of the videos done overnight. And for tomorrow, roughly I put them about 4 or 5 p.m. Moscow time. So after 2 years in Belarus, good to be in the East. After 2 years in Belarus, we're still impressed about the friendly people and the good food. Yes. I think it carries over Belarus and in Russia. So feels like 110 in Florida. Joe, hello. How's it going? Good to see you. He doesn't speak Russian. Oh, well, I can say a few words in Russian, but not a conversation Russian. Hello from South Africa. Hello. My Boki. I think Boki is friend, isn't it? I think it is. 9 p.m. in Krasnodar. I wish you a great evening. Thank you so much. I love shorts as well. I'm wearing shorts today, actually. That's the good thing about being on a live stream. You don't have to have anything below your shirt, unless you stand up, of course. I wonder how far you are from the magic number. I think, are you talking about the how many for 100,000? That's already now. Oh, where are we here? Now I'll put that up on the live screen if I can pull it up. Give me a second. I just had this set up before and then I stopped sharing it. So, no, we need that one. Share. I think that's right. Yes, we're on 105,104. So we've definitely passed 100,000. Now we're really past it. I wonder if that'll go up or down. Well, we're literally here live. Someone will unsubscribe and it'll happen. So yeah, hundreds come and gone. Greetings from Switzerland to Russia. Oh, hello. Love Swiss chocolate. You loved. Oh, thank you, Tatiana. I enjoyed your trip to Ufa Country Club last week very much. Yeah, it was very cool. We wish we could have stayed longer. Unfortunately, it was fully booked. I was very fortunate to be able to. 1 second, Zhenya, the door. Sorry, everyone, for yelling. The plumber might have come. I hope not, or I hope so. No? Okay, the doorbell is ringing, but there's nobody. Strange. So you're seeing it live. You're seeing it live, everybody, that the doorbell worked, but nobody was there. Let me just stop sharing the screen. There we go. I'm trying to keep my computer from going in a meltdown by doing too many things at once. Hello from Moscow. Yeah, the Ufa Country Club where we stayed. We'd love to have stayed there more days. We did have a plan of having a day or two in Ufa, going out to the country club place in Pavlovka, then going to Davlekanova, where my wife's parents are from, and where her auntie is, where we stayed. So we kind of split up the time nicely. Next time we're going to secretly go there, fly in, just go there to that place for a week and fly out. It's a secret though. Hello from Moscow. Please describe Regional difference of Australia as an Australian. I'm a Frenchman living in Russia. Please describe regional differences of Australia. Regional. I don't know, I guess in the bush it's a lot hotter, it's a lot drier, it's a lot dustier. That's definitely some of the big differences. Yeah, it's been a long time since I saw you live. To see you again. Ciao from Rome. Saverio, hello. We have another person in the Telegram chat who's also from Italy, David. So Saverio, if you want to join the Telegram chat, there's another very active person in Italy. He posts a lot of photos and videos of his travels in Italy. And I've been to Rome as well on the cruise ships. We love Russia. From the Bahamas. Oh, House to Home Plus. I've been to Nassau. I've been to Freeport. I've been there a ton of times to both places. Been working on the cruise ships. That's bad. Kit Kats are awesome. Yes, they are. What's your favorite Russian meal? I'd say pilmeni. Actually, when we were in Davlikanovo at my wife's auntie's house, obviously lots of home cooking. She made pancakes in the morning with homemade strawberry jam from her house. She's got a garden out the back, and that jam is absolutely beautiful. Just basically just cake it on the pancakes. Yes, the good bar. It's not the good mix. Is not the same as a Kit Kat. I've had it and tried it, but it's not the same. Did you ever buy your wife the microwave or the crock pot? I can't remember which one she wanted. She really wanted a microwave. Now that we're in a different apartment now, if you might have seen the different apartment videos, and this apartment actually behind the door, it's a bit hard to see. There is a built-in oven and microwave here. So we don't need the microwave. The bigger problem when we moved in here too is the hot plate is a convection. Is it convection hot plate? And we had to get different pans. So yes, we essentially did have to get different pans. The normal pans don't work on a convection. I think it's called a convection hot plate. So maybe the Kit Kat hasn't had a replacement. So, the thing like Globus being a German supermarket chain, and then Auchan being French, they're still bringing a lot of products in from Europe. So I just don't know why the Kit Kats haven't made it here. You can get them if I go to other like wholesale markets, but it's a little bit hard to get out there just for a Kit Kat. Have I got my plaque yet? Not in Russia, no. It's coming to Australia. They won't mail them to Russia, so it's on its way to Australia right now, Lacey. So my parents will get the plaque. Love your tour of the fish plant and the country club. Thank you. Yeah, the fish factory was pretty neat. And I actually met up with another YouTuber, Russian YouTuber, who's a lot of the people on that same tour as I was on were bloggers or vloggers, and mostly food bloggers and vloggers. So yeah, it was pretty cool to hang out with another guy that I knew from Moscow also. A local store to make me feel like I'm traveling too. Oh, you bought some kvass. And some Warniki? I know kvass. I don't really like kvass. We enjoy your show in West Virginia. Thank you. West Virginia, keep up the malls and grocery store tours. Yes, I've not got any. I nearly went into this Globus today when I went shopping. I was nearly going to film a video then. But I just basically wanted to get there shopping, get the film recorded, and get back home to have dinner before the live stream. So, hello from Brazil. Hello. Oh, greetings from I always want to call it just called Zephyrus Hills. I'm pretty sure that's right. It's the same as the brand of bottled water, isn't it? On the cruise ship, we had Zephyrus Hills water on the Carnival cruise ships for a long time. Yes, only basic Kit Kat. You can try to find them in special foreign sweet shops. Yeah, I've seen them in a few different these foreign sweet shops. I know what you're talking about. There's a few in Moscow. Yeah, when I go to Food City again, I'm gonna have a look for them. Greetings from Birkenhead, as in near Liverpool. Yes, I watched the British Open, and that was not too far from where you are, Charles, I think, as well. Do I watch some other Russian blogger streamers with travel or other thematic? Like far as I don't know any of these. Farmilamov. Maybe my wife watches some of these. Moscow Walks, I don't watch. I know of the channel as Lost in Moscow, I think there's one called. They're essentially just walking videos around Moscow, quite simply. And it's such a simple concept. Get a camera on a tripod or on a stick or on a gimbal and just walk. Anywhere where you live in the world, it could make a YouTube channel quite simply. Just find some interesting kind of regions of your town or city and do that. I don't know the other couple that you're mentioning, but Moscow Walks I've heard of, but I don't watch the walk kind of channels though. Arranging visits to companies can be complicated. Yes. Yeah, some are super easy to work with or deal with, I guess you could say. Work with, deal with. Excuse me for having a drink. Some are super easy. And then some, it's just emails forever. And some don't want to answer the calls. Some don't even want to answer emails. Try to search it where candy's selling by weight. There is a chance to find a micro. Oh, I know that you can get the mini bounties where you do the pay by weight candy. I've never thought about looking for the Kit Kats. Interesting. Thank you. Oh, maybe I'm going to look now a little bit closer. I think is that fist bumps? Thank you so much. You definitely need mods on your chat. Yeah, we did have, Sergey, we had 3 or 4. If you understand Russian and you would like to become the moderator, you're more than welcome. Just let me know in the comments and I'll certainly add, especially someone who can read and write Russian. It would be very helpful if you'd like to be a moderator. It doesn't really mean too much apart from the fact you can just delete people or put them on timeouts or block them, I think. Yes, thank you. Nice to see Australia women's soccer advance. Even better, my country's crybabies got sent home. Yes. Sorry for laughing. Yeah, I watched the second half and the penalty shootout, and I was on the edge of my chair, sitting in this exact seat right here watching. Yes, now the Australian government's talking about a potential public holiday if they win the World Cup. But there's obviously a lot of other teams in Australia or other successful sporting teams who think this is not fair. So summer without dacha is not possible. Karashok in your own glasses. Summer. I'm not sure what Karashok is. Hello from Scotland. Hello. Goldie, how's it going? Hi, Yibo. Hello, please tell me how ordinary Americans treat ordinary Russian people. Honestly, I mean, I don't really have any direct contact with Americans living in Russia. But the thing is, when people come here, it's like people from anywhere in the world going to America. And there is 50 states with 50 kind of personalities of people living in different states. Someone from Florida is very different from someone up in New York, someone out on the West Coast like California or up in Alaska. And when a foreigner comes to Russia, it's a matter of just adapting to the lifestyle, especially to the weather, and some of the, nuances of living here. I don't think there's any animosity against anybody from any foreign country. People are very welcomed here when people come from other countries to Russia. I don't know any Americans directly to give that exact answer, but I don't think there's any love or hate. I guess everybody's got a thing in their head, what they know and think of as a place or a country. And, I don't understand why people have that, but it's just what it is. Goldie, I've been here for roughly 9 years since I originally first came here. I guess probably closer to 10 years now. Nick in Russia. Hello, Nick. Says 105. Yes, we're over 100,000 now. 123 people watching. Wow, thank you so much. And it's hot today here. Love the videos. Thank you, SM. Thank you. I need to ban Ampingkung. Oh, okay. That's a bit of a mouthful to get to know the name. Shall we block them? Now it's hard to go back and look for the name now. Use moderator. I've got the moderator on, but obviously it doesn't do so well reading the foreign languages. So yeah, hey Russell, do you have a picture of Silver Button already? No, I don't have a picture of Italy. I will incredibly soon as it reaches Australia and it gets to my parents' house. I will post a photo on Telegram, 100%. Have I ever been to the Tampa Bay cruise terminal? I have, yes. I've also walked down the street to the supermarket. You get off the pier and walk left, and you go over a small bridge. You go past the ice hockey stadium, and there's a supermarket right there. So that's as much as I've seen of Tampa. I've requested the play button is already on its way to Australia. Soon will be 1 million. Wow, that'll be cool. Hello from Malibu, California. Wow. And Barbie's a big deal at the moment, right? The Barbie movie. Ding dong. Ding dong ditch. Greetings from Czech Republic. Hello. Fly Sky. I hope you notice on some of the more recent videos there is Czech subtitles. I'm trying to do the subtitles for other languages on most of my recent videos and trying to go back to old videos and introducing them, not just the auto-translate ones. Goldie, I worked on cruise ships for just under 20 years, about 19 years, from the very first contract I did way back when. Hello from Germany. Hello, Boris. Good to see you. Auf Wiedersehen. Is that German? Is there any amusement parks around where you live? Yes, there is one, and I was actually there yesterday at the Indian festival. It's called Dream Island Park. It's actually an indoor theme park with roller coasters. Huge place. It's got a huge indoor shopping center. It's got indoor streets like you're in Universal Studios. And that'll be part of the India video when I put it on the channel this week. I do want to go to the theme park. I'm just not so excited about the price of tickets. They're between about 4,000 and 8,000 rubles. 7,000, 8,000 rubles for the express ticket with express entry and all sorts of things. I am trying to get press tickets, but they don't seem to reply to emails on their press email address, and there's no phone number to call specifically. My wife keeps telling me just to go there, turn up, and beg them for a ticket. And hopefully they'll give me a press ticket to go in, unless someone wants to sponsor the video to go in there. How was my trip to St. Petersburg? It was very fast. Literally, it was get on the plane, turned up at the hotel, met a bus in the morning, went to the fish factory, literally. It's about an hour or so drive out of St. Petersburg. Probably about 2 hours with the first hour getting out of St. Petersburg because it's quite awkward to get in and around the city with a big bus. We went to the factory. We came back to the hotel. We had like a late afternoon lunch and we went straight to the airport. So it was very quick. Will you get your mail from Australia okay? No, there's no postage between Australia and Russia whatsoever. Not for about 2 years now. Unless you go through third countries or fourth countries, it's just impossible. Hello. Yeah, there was a wasabi Kit Kat. Yes, I remember putting that on the shelves in the supermarkets in Australia. Back when I was living in Australia during COVID, essentially, I was doing merchandising in supermarkets. And part of that was putting out new line products that were called new lines. Helena, hello from Greece. Do you happen to know how much engineering in general make in Russia? I don't know the exact answer. They make a lot of things in Russia. They make far more things than people realize. And, you know, even the amount of manufacturing of food goods and the machines that make the products, it's insane how much manufacturing there is in general across the whole country. Far more than there is in Australia anyway. Hello from Norway. Hello. Oh, you were born in Ufa, but live in Finland. Russia is my homeland. Just nothing about. Yes, my wife was born in Ufa. Her parents are from Davlakana, which is about 100 kilometers away. That's where I did that Pitorichka video. And I'm going to have an apartment tour video from I guess it's my step cousin, I guess he would be, my wife's cousins. I guess now I'm related to him through marriage. I made an apartment tour of his apartment. So that'll be coming out soon. And you'll see also the shopping mall. Oh, well, I didn't go in the shopping mall. I filmed from the shopping mall across to look at the building. Planeta is the name of the shopping center there. Oh, love you, Russell. Thank you so much, Dark Dragonov. I want to be a modder. Okay. Please tell me you can read Russian. That would be very helpful. The bottled water, which is nicknamed the town of pure water. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that was one of the, I think that was before Carnival had their own labeled water. Zephyrus Hills was the water that they had on the ship as the bottled water. And I'm pretty sure Carnival probably, kept the company afloat with the bazillion bottles per week. All the different ships were supplying it to, or they were supplying it to the ships. Thank you, whoever's putting hearts and like fireworks when you're on the chat. They kind of can't come up on the screen here, but they come up in the chat on the other screen on the side here. There's none now, but there was just a few seconds ago. There was like, oh, there's some hearts now. Thank you, whoever's clicking that. It doesn't tell you who it is and what it means, but thank you so much. And 199 likes. Thank you also so much. Hello from Dallas. Wow, everybody everywhere. Good luck and continue your work. Thank you, Sam. Sam Moscow. Thank you so much. 1147. You're cool. Thank you. Or any videos of mom and pop stores and restaurants or public libraries. I really should go to the Biblioteca Immi Lenina metro station. There's the Lenin Library right there. It's really very close to Red Square and to the Kremlin. And I'm not too sure what the rules are for filming in there. So I could definitely go and check it out. Mom and pop stores are a little bit awkward. You've really got to know the people at the mom and pop stores to walk in and put the camera in their shop. I don't really go to one in this area where I live. Most of them are all the branded stores like Pitorichka, Dixie. There's a big Lenta, Magnit. Russians are respected, yes. Do you teach English in Spain? Sorry, do you teach English in Russia? I used to in Spain. No, I don't, John. I should figure out a way to offer live chats like this and just conversation English, not necessarily teaching English, but maybe correcting somebody. So if anyone would like to do that kind of thing, like a live, I guess you'd do it over Zoom or, I don't know, Facebook Live or something. I don't know how you do that. My wife does it with, I think she just does WhatsApp calls where she's learning English. Neil, the dollar bill depends on who you talk to. Do you know Russian? I know a little bit of Russian. Malenki Paruski or Russian. That's how much Russian I know. I know Russian. Lipetsk, I'll be with you. It's 6 hours from Moscow. Thank you, Mustafa. Thank you so much. Lipetsk. Stay humble. Dude from Mars, thank you. Sophia, good evening. Hello. Dauligato. Hello from San Diego. I like the Soviet Union 1978. Moscow, Kiev. Oh, lots of places you're mentioning here. I mentioned it was a different place back in the 80s and 70s, and I think that's the same of everywhere. You know, my parents were born in England, so they kind of grew up in that, well, prior to that era. So do you know anyone who tried the new e-visa yet? No, I don't. No. E-visa for Russia. I know they were talking about it, but I wasn't sure it's implemented yet. Yeah, I don't like the fact you can't get your button sent to Russia. Yes, it's ridiculous. You know, honestly, if I could find someone who can bring it here, like who's flying from Perth to Russia, that would be nice. I just wouldn't want to burden someone carrying a 2 kilo plaque under their arm or in their luggage. If it was just like an envelope with some documents, it would be easy to find somebody. If anyone wants to send me, what's the round trip ticket? About 80,000 rubles is the round trip. I can go and pick it up myself and come back. Imagine that video. I flew to Australia for my YouTube play button and just fly there and fly back and spend, I don't know, a day or two. Have to spend a day or two, wouldn't I? It'd be crazy to do the 24-hour turnaround. But I could do that if anyone wants to. It's 80,000 rubles. It would be for the return ticket to fly to Australia just to get my play button. If anyone wants to send donation alerts, there's a link in the description or in the pinned comments. I'm pretty sure donation alerts is definitely working. No one sent one today, so good morning. Hello, Ali. Do you have the Gostalugi in your home country? Yes, we've got something similar. It's a service where you can order many services, get documents in different styles. Yeah, in Australia, we've got, it's called MyGov in Australia. It's quite similar to Gostalugi. Gostalugi in Russia, you probably can do far more things with it than what MyGov has. MyGov is basically like the one that you log into, and it will send you to the website for the tax, send you to the website for like unemployment benefits, for childcare benefits. The Gostalugi is a little bit more combined into one app and probably is better than MyGov. Come to Kaliningrad. This is Russia in Europe. Yes. The city that looks like it's in Germany. Induction. Yes, thank you. The word you were looking for to describe your cooktop was induction. What did I call it? Not induction. That's what it's called, induction. Actually, when I made the video of this apartment before we moved in, if anyone's seen that video, most people said there wasn't a cooktop because it's a black 4-hob or 4-burner induction cooktop. It blends in with the black countertop. And most people didn't notice it in the counter, which I didn't know at the time when I was filming it. But it just didn't show up because the kitchen's all black. You can see behind. I didn't put the LED strip on. There are tons of places, Carol, like that in Russia. Tons and tons around these lakes. There is a lot of in different conditions. So some of them are more rustic and more, family-orientated, basic, simple places. The one we went to was a little bit nicer probably than a lot of the places in Russia, but they are very common in all cities where there's a lake or a river or a dam. Yes, we stayed there 2 years ago and we loved it, and we got to go back. We honestly and truly, if Jen and I could figure out a budget, we'd get on a plane and go back. We figured out we can go. The return ticket to Ufa is about 8,000 rubles with no luggage. So we can just take a backpack. Actually, that's my backpack. If anyone wants to know about Carnival, where I was working, I still have that on there. I can literally go in the backpack to Ufa, 8,000 rubles return, and we'd go straight back to that country club and spend another week there very easily. Yes, I can. It's my native language. I think we're talking about being a moderator. So, Zangiv is here. He's a moderator. You can see the spanner next to his name. And Zangiv, I did listen to your message from 2 weeks ago, and I'm sorry I've not replied to you. We can meet up anytime you like. Just let me know where and when. I'm very sorry for not getting back to you. We went to Ufa for a week. For 8 or 9 days. 8 days, 9 days. So it's kind of in between all of that we got back. So, what price increases from sanctions are Russians most annoyed by? Over here, our annoyances would be food. It really varies drastically what affects somebody. So for me, it's something like a gadget or an electronic item that's truly imported to Russia. I can go to the supermarket and everything's still on the shelves. That's not a problem. I mean, some prices have gone up. I know that. But I don't buy everything, in the whole store to have every product affect me. I don't own a car, so that wouldn't affect me for a spare part, for instance. So, things like wanting to get, like I'm talking about getting a new microphone, a wireless one for recording videos. And the price of that is gone up because it's imported. It's not a product made or from Russia. And because now the way that it gets imported here, it has to have changed slightly because of the different countries that they're imported through. That's put the price up. Can someone retire comfortably with $2 to $5 million in Russia? Yes. Yes, very comfortably. Incredibly comfortably. Yes, way too comfortably. In the building here, there is the top floor for sale right now for $200,000. It's 100 something square meters, 4-bedroom or 4-room apartment on the top floor, overlooking the town, overlooking the highway the other direction. And you could live incredibly comfortably. You could buy a car, you could buy a Dacia. Oh my gosh. If you're talking about millions of dollars, then yes. If you want to live in the center of Moscow, maybe not, but depends on what is comfortable, Looks like a little bit of Greek alphabet. That's my thing. I left school when I was 15, so my learning ability is a lot less than, kids who are 10 years old who can soak up anything. Absolutely love your channel. Thank you so much. Thank you, Explorism. Were your parents £10 poms? My dad was. Yes. Actually, he paid 15 because he went to New Zealand. He then came back to Australia, and then he got homesick and went back to England, and then met my mum, and then emigrated back again. So yes, he was an original. It was 10 to Australia and 15 to New Zealand at the time. Do I speak Spanish? Espanol, poquito Espanol. The more Coronas I drink, cerveza, more is habla Espanol. More Spanish I can speak. Hello from Seattle, El Fuego. Hello. I pay you the flight. Yes, if anyone wants to send me to go back to either to Australia to get the play button, that's a lot more than the flight to. It's 80,000 to Australia. It's only 8,000 to Ufa. So I'm sure it would be epic and hilarious. It would be, yeah. If I literally just flew there, picked up the play button, essentially went back to the airport and flew back. I mean, you can do it very easily with Qatar Airways, with Emirates Airways. It's basically Moscow, Doha, Perth. It's 5 hours to Doha. I think it's about 11 hours from Doha to Perth. A couple of hours layover. It's very easy. Zangiv, hello. Are you planning to come to Serbia? No plans, Darko. I've got friends there from cruise ships who are from Serbia. It's just a matter of working out a time frame when they're there. One very good friend is currently in Paris, France right now, who I'd really want to stay with. His name's Mickey, who I would want to stay with if I went there. By electromagnetic field, I think. Induction. Heat transplant via... it's very fancy, and it's put touch button to press it on and off, but we had to get different pans for it. It was in the early 80s. The food and rent prices are amazing. Yes, I mean, obviously it's based on the cost of living as well. If I told you how cheap things were, like electricity, gas, water, phone bills, internet, then you'd really be crying how cheap it is. But obviously based on the cost of living, not everybody would say it's cheap because of the average salary. If anyone doesn't know, Zangiv has a YouTube channel also. His little channel name is called Zangiv. For how long have you lived in Russia? For 9 years when I first originally came. I think it's closer to 10 years when my wife, now is my wife, of course, when I met her originally and she invited me to Moscow. Do you recommend to rent a house or flats? Are there better app sites? Yes, I think, is that Cyan that you're showing there? Yes, Cyan. is the one that we're looking at places for, and also on Avito. So Avito is the online marketplace. There's a lot more private listings on Avito. Cian has a mix of private listings and real estate listings. So yeah, either one, Avito or Cian. Okay, then reach me in Telegram. I'm almost free now to tell me dates. Okay, we'll do. Yes, 1000%, Zangiv. I was at Solaris today, by the way, but only for about an hour. For about 2 hours, I was there. Sending Coke and wishing your channel more subscribers. Marlani, thank you. If you're sending more Coca-Colas, I think, did you send a couple of days ago? I think so. You can also use super chats in the on the videos here, or the donation alerts as well. Donation alerts is actually technically the quickest way to send money to me. If anyone wants to send money to me, it literally comes overnight into my Russian bank account. For anyone who's in Russia, there is the option of using the SberBank phone number, which is also in the description, which obviously is instant. Donation alerts comes the next day. Things like super chats come the next calendar month on the 21st of the next calendar month in the payment of the AdSense. So if you send someone a super chat, they won't get it for, well, a month or a month and a half later. If they're in Russia and they've not got a bank account properly set up, they may not get it for 2 or 3 or 4 months. Good evening from Steve in the UK. Thank you, Stephen. I guess Stephen Wilkins there. Hello. Are you residing in Russia due to your wife's career? We did say we came here temporarily. That was 2 years ago. My wife can do her job either here in Russia or in Australia. Both places would be successful. She has a nail salon. She runs that herself. It's in the building where we live. Excuse me, downstairs. In Australia, we would set up something. We had a home salon at home. So yeah, something similar. TRF, hello. You can't find anything with 80 square meters under 300 in Grenoble. Yeah, 200. Yeah, it's 20 million. Okay, that place on the 14th level is actually a split level apartment. It's actually got stairs going up to the 15th level, and there's only 2 in the entire building that are like that. Otherwise, it'd be a single floor building apartment. But you go upstairs to the bedrooms and bathroom. It's a crazy place, by the way, for 20 million. You could get 1 million different apartments in Moscow for 20 million also. But the one that we like in this building, it's just a little bit out of our budget to make it practical. The one apartment like I'm in right here now, this would be about 10 million or 11 million, depending on the finishes and the condition of the place. Literally, this place where we are now be about 11 million, just to compare it with that one up on the 14th level. Sochi is watching you. Hello. Thank you for the videos. You wish many more in the West follow you. Yeah, look, it's a very, you can see from even the live stream how mixed the audience is. If you're also in the Telegram chat and channel as well, it's very mixed, the audience also. Zangiv does need to make a new video. Yes, it's been a long time for Zangiv. He's very good at editing too. I should really get him to edit my videos because he's very good and quick at doing it. Do you have children? We don't have children, no. We do want to get a cat. I too was there. Oh, today you were at Solaris. Yeah, I was there in the afternoon about... My wife told me I need to go there at 10 o'clock this morning. I ended up going at about 3 o'clock. So I was there from about 3 till 5, just for a couple of hours. Russians treating me nicely. Yes, they always have. From the first day I got off the plane till today. Anywhere I go, in Ufa, where we were in Pavlovka. If you follow my Telegram channel, I know I'm repeating this a few times. I post photos when I meet subscribers. Actually, even yesterday when I was at the India Day event, I met probably 10 subscribers yesterday. You should do a funding event to get the plaque journey. Yes, VG, that would be very good. I've got a lot of different ideas to do funding events. So one is to get the microphones. What was the other one? Oh, the one was to buy an apartment. I worked it out that if everyone spent like 50 rubles, about 50 US cents each, we could buy an apartment. But yeah, the funding thing to go to Australia and back would be crazy. Imagine, I can't just imagine just getting off the plane and asking my dad, "Oh, I'm here, by the way. Can you pick me up at the airport?" My dad would go crazy. Wish you more subscribers, more followers. Your videos are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Joseph. Do you bugging out? I like this. Do you have a contingency plan for bugging out of Moscow if things start falling apart in Russia? Can you get a flight to Oz? I can book a flight now and go to the airport tonight or tomorrow morning. My wife has Australian residency to live in Australia, like I have residency for Russia. We literally can buy tickets online in the next 5 minutes. Well, unlikely for tomorrow or maybe not today. There'll be a flight, but we could literally get on the next plane and fly to anywhere. Well, with my wife's Russian passport, we could immediately fly to Bali, Thailand, all these kind of countries. But we could definitely fly to Australia if we need to. Yeah, Qatar Airways flies from, I think, Moscow almost daily or every second day. Emirates, Etihad. So all the major airlines fly in and out of Moscow, no problems. Thank you for the top, Russell. Or tip, I think you mean. Hello from John, a Brit in Finland. Enjoy all of your vlogs. How come Russian airlines get spare parts? How come they get spare parts? I would imagine they're using third countries to do a lot of their maintenance. I don't know the exact background of that. But Russia has a lot of friends beyond the few countries that seem to not be friends at the moment. I mean, it would just make absolute logic for them just to use another country's airports and maintenance facilities for their planes. I can't answer directly what that story is, but 4 weeks ago, I missed the live chat last time. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was 26 days ago, I think. Either 26 or 30 days ago. I'm just looking at the last donation alert donations, and there tends to be donations on donation alerts when I'm not live than when I'm live. So, hello. So the nail salon is almost work from home. Kind of, yeah. It's in the same building. It's pretty much about a 5-minute walk. Press the button for the elevator. Around it's kind of the front of the building where entrance is at the back of the building. Is it safe for America? Absolutely. Any country can fly here. You just get a visitor's visa, apply online, get a, I think for the visitor's visa, you need an invitation letter, but you can get that through hotels and travel agents, no problems. Misclick, just let you know. Oh, for the poll about doing a separate 100,000 subscriber live stream. Yes, 300 votes say we should do a separate one. Yes, I really want to get a cake or something like that and cut a cake. Do something kind of special to, not just me sit here and thank you so much kind of style video. So yes. Do you speak fluent Russian? I don't speak fluent Russian. No, I speak enough Russian when I need to speak it to basically make very basic conversation. Also went up recently. Yes. Last year, price of real estate went up. Price of real estate went up everywhere, not just in Russia, in Australia as well. What's my favorite place? I like just to go to Moscow Center, walk from Gorky Park along the embankment, and then back over the bridge towards where Red Square is and Zaradi Park, walking up Tverskaya Street or walking where Kuznetsky Mosque is, that kind of center area. I like walking there. I've done it a million times. My wife was working at Sandony which is close to Kuznetsky Mosque and Lubyanka metro station. So I know the area well. Yeah, I'm surprised at all. I don't want a dog because you've got to walk a dog. Less fleas to worry about. Cats can look after themselves a lot better inside an apartment. That's why a lot more people have cats. Yeah, Russia is cat friendly. Yes. So that if you and your wife makes 2 babies, you can get support from the government to buy an apartment for. Well, no, you get reduced. I'm not sure about the support for a fourth of the actual market price, but what I understand is you can get reduced interest rate mortgages when you've got more than 2 or 3 or 4 kids. Zangiv would know this better than I. So, any plans for Urban Forum? Yes, someone mentioned it yesterday when I was at the India Day event that I need to go to the one in near Red Square, something Gabor, Dietsky Gabor. I can't remember the name of it. I know the place just off the back of Gum. Now, there's also Luzhniki Park as well to go and see as well. But they said the one at the Dietsky Gabor. Someone write it quickly. Get the microphones at the airport in Doha Airport. I could do that. Yeah, if I fly to Australia for the plaque, I can buy the microphones at JB Hi-Fi because I've looked it up. It's about $120 cheaper if I buy them in Australia than in Moscow. Yes. Better go for the mics, Russell. Yes. Greetings from Montana. I have enjoyed watching several of your shows. Thank you so much, MT Cowboy. Thank you. Are you worried about the current ruble situation? Does it have any impact on general life in general? The ruble is going up against the dollar. So if I bring Australian dollars to Russia, so before 2 years ago, it was about 52 to 55 rubles for a dollar. If I brought Australian money to Russia, now it's been about 61, 62 rubles for the last month or so. Now today, literally, it went to 64 rubles to an Australian dollar. I would imagine it would affect some things in the stores and shops if it's a payment in currencies. Excuse me. So sending money here to Australia is helpful for me because I get more money for my dollar. At one point back when everything went a little bit crazy in Russia a year and a half ago, the lowest point it got down to was 38 rubles to a dollar. So now I'm getting nearly double what that was. And it's definitely more than 50 or 52, 53 rubles. So it's actually a positive for me because I earn Australian currency and then send it to Russia to spend it here. If we were to send rubles to Australia, then we'd obviously be losing or getting a less exchange rate, taking the money out of the country. Zangiv, if you can take care of Red Baron and his comments, I know you've got the skill to do that. To someone who asked you a question about Russia, the nations have endured so much. Yes. The other word. It doesn't affect me directly. My gosh, I'm not even going to answer that because the thing is, everybody in any country in the world is affected by something somehow. So in Australia right now, there's a housing crisis and there's a shortage of houses for people to rent out and move into. So there's a housing crisis in Australia. And, I've got a house that I rent out in Australia that I've owned for a few years. And, I've kept the rent very reasonable, but obviously the mortgage rates have gone up, I think something like 7 times in the last 10 increases. And I've been very nice to keep the rent as it was. So it doesn't affect the person living there because the cost of living is going up. Maybe not necessarily it's a lady that lives there, her salary is going up, So, it's not just a Westerner like me not worrying about things like this. It worries me. The cost of my wife's nail polish for her salon went up because she uses a certain brand from a certain country. So her fee for her nail manicures has to go up, right? So it's a flow-on effect across everybody in the whole world. I mean, really, COVID was a big start for all of that, and logistics issues and supply chain issues. So yeah, I'm not going to answer. I could talk about it, but I'm not going to more. So, what happened there? Everything just went crazy. Let me just plug this in to see if I can get it to go less crazy. Oh my gosh. Hopefully the breeze. I'm going to put a fan on to make my computer cool down a little bit. Where's those electric cars? Only 25K. Yes, the Moscovich 3E and 3 is the petrol one. Which is the best way to donate in the UK? So probably super chats, which are connected directly with YouTube. So super chats or super stickers are in the live streams. If you want to put a donation on any video, you can do what's called the super thanks, which is on any video, a single donation. From the UK, pretty much the super chats would be the easiest direct way. Donation alerts is a link that you can click to that you can send money through. Donation alerts. Yeah, that's probably the easier ones, I think. Yes. Super chats first, donation alerts second. From Jacksonville, Florida. My daughter is in Brisbane for medical school, enjoying your touring around videos. Thank you so much. That's pretty cool. She's in Florida, Vegas. You're gonna, when you talk to her next, ask her if she's calling Brisbane Vegas, because they like to call it that. The people over in Brisbane or in Queensland. A lot of similarities with the coastline, not necessarily Brisbane, but further up on the Gold Coast. There's a lot of similarities with that kind of Florida coastline, Jacksonville, and further down towards Miami, Fort Lauderdale, all this. A lot of similarities. I'm pretty sure that she's very acclimatized to the weather as well. I love cake. Sounds good. Oh, bearded man. Oh, hello. Oh, do. Hello. Yes, the Indian festival yesterday. Good to see you. Thank you so much for saying hello as well. It was nice. In such a big city, Moscow, and is it such a big country as Russia? You can live without a car. Obviously, the closer you live to Moscow, it's really about where you may work and you're traveling to and from work and accessibility. There is unlimited amounts of public transport here, buses, trains, the metro. Excuse me. So for me, I can live without a car. I mean, I would like one just to go somewhere, on the weekend, particularly, maybe go on a road trip somewhere. But yeah, you can live without one. Did you meet Tall Travels? Mate, I never met him. No, I've heard of him. I've seen a few videos of him, but I've never met him. Car sharing, yes, I've done car sharing. I have an app called Belka Car, and I've rented cars quite a lot, especially locally here where I live in a Prelov Cove. So yes. Does Moscow have I'm from Russia watching your videos. You are a great fellow. Thank you for your work. Thank you so much. Rockery. Does Moscow have a bowling alley? If so, would you bowl a few games with Jen? Hey, maybe for your 100 live stream. I'm sure there's bowling alleys. I've never looked up if there is any, but I'm sure there are. There'd have to be bowling alleys. I've never been to one here in Moscow, so I'm not sure. Goldie, thank you so much for the super sticker. £4.99. Thank you so much. Yes, it works. And there's a hippopotamus either clapping or I think it's clapping with hippopotamus hands. Thank you so much. GG. Thank you, Goldie. That's really nice of you. They pop up straight away on the screen, which is also very handy. Going to Montana soon. Going to be a dental floss tycoon. What? Dental floss tycoon. That's crazy. I've never been to Kaliningrad. No. Crossing 100,000. Well done. Keep up the exceptional work. Thank you, Monsieur Mike. Thank you. Oh, there we go. So first thing is the average mortgage rate is 9 to 12% here. It's high compared to some other countries. Yes. In Australia now, it's just about 7%. But it is what it is. New law. If you have 2+ kids on or after 29, your rate goes down to 5 or 6%. Right. Yes. I know it's definitely the interest rate that changes. There's a Moscow in Montana. Road. Hello. Maternity capital. Yes. Depending on the amount of children, it can log up to 10K support from the government and higher. Wow. In some towns, a flat can be worth 15 to 20K. So yes. Yeah, there is actually one of the apartments for sale in our building is linked with the purchase of it with the maternity money. And I don't understand it really. My wife doesn't either. We were trying to get it explained that the purchase of this apartment that's for sale was with maternity money. And I think there's extra paperwork for them to sell it and get away from the sale. Greetings from Novosibirsk. Hello, Svetlana. Здравствуйте. Очень приятно. Greetings from London. I love your videos. I always chuckle when you talk about Coke. Yes. People say I talk about it and too much. And I don't have Coke today. I've got Chernogolovka Baikal, which is, let's call it Coca-Cola with pine cones. That's what I've got in my glass right here. Chernogolovka Baikal. Oh, gosh. Drinking it too quickly. I saw yesterday or the day before, there was someone mentioned about these candy or sweet shops in Moscow with a lot of international food and drinks and snacks, and they had Iron Brew in there. Oh, there's 20 bowling alleys in Moscow. Oh, there we go. Here, Novosibirsk is booming. Then sending the dollars to Russia. Dave from San Diego. I don't have any business in Australia. I wish I did. I guess through the AdSense of YouTube. So when people watch videos, ads play for non-Russian viewers. And then there's an ad revenue that's created from the views of videos. And then that money then goes to an Australian bank account. And then I then send money from Australia to Russia to my Russian bank account. I don't have a Australian business. I was working in Australia when I was there in supermarkets. My side hustle was I was selling Blu-ray movies or DVDs. Think of DVDs. Blu-ray DVDs. I was buying them in bulk from like Facebook Marketplace or at car boot sales or jumble sales, flea markets, I guess you'd call them in America. Then I was buying like bulk lots, like 100, 200 Blu-ray movies at a time, and then listing them on eBay and selling them for a fixed price with postage. Visit Moscow. Wow, thank you. You got inspired to visit Moscow, St. Petersburg, my man. Wow, you've been here for 2 months. That's crazy. I hope you're enjoying it. There's a Moscow in Pennsylvania. Mr. Barron is blocked. Only good positive vibes here. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Moscow, Idaho. Oh, thank you so much, Carol. If you've left already and I'm a little bit behind, thank you. Positive energy. Certainly. Can you carry concealed in Russia? I don't know. To be very honest, I wouldn't even know where you can buy a gun. I know in Russia you can buy things like BB guns and pellet guns and airsoft rifles quite easily, but things like guns and things like that, I know it's very difficult to get them. The amount of checking and controls are very strict in Russia. So I would imagine carrying one is probably even more problematic. What type of TV shows do you have in Russia? I don't watch TV at all. My wife watches it when she lays in bed. We've got a TV right here, you can see. But we pretty much just watch movies or something that I might have downloaded and watch with a thumb drive. Thank you so much, Tan Y. Hello. Best wishes. Thank you. What do you like the most about Russia? Oh, there's a ton of things. I like the fact we went to Ufa last week. 2 hours on the plane. If anyone watched the bit where I went in the VIP lounge, that was really cool, by the way. The coolest thing was just checking in and not having to line up at check-in. That was kind of like, that's fancy for me. I know it's so small thing, but I've never had that before in any flights and traveling anywhere. I've been upgraded to business class once in my whole life when I flew to, actually I flew from Moscow to, Moscow to Doha or Doha to Moscow, one way or the other. I flew 5 hours and they gave me business class in what's once in my life. What do I like most? I like going to visit my wife's family, and I met meet my wife's father. That was pretty cool. He's a very, very quiet guy, but I like the simplicity of, going to smaller towns and quieter places outside of Moscow, like going to Ufa particularly. Okay, it's 2 hours by plane away. It's still a city with 1 million people. But people live a little bit of a simpler life here. And there's not as many complications with things, or there doesn't have to be. Things can be a lot easier. Things are a lot easier than maybe they are in Australia, for instance. Oleg, thank you so much. Thank you for the videos. Super cool. Thank you. Dream Island. Yes, that was where I was yesterday. Can you make a video of Ostrov Mechiti, Dream Island? I didn't know that was what it meant in Russian. Yes, I'm not going to be rude about it, but I don't really want to pay 4 or 7 or 8,000 rubles for a ticket, especially with the fact I'll be holding a camera the whole time and really filming the place and not necessarily enjoying it without a camera in my hand. When you go to a theme park, you want to soak it up. You want to look at everything. You want to scream and yell and things like that on the rides. And especially when I want to go somewhere to film something where there's a paid entrance, I'm not big on wanting to pay the ticket price for a theme park when I'm really going to be looking through my camera the whole time and not experiencing it. I know that's hard to maybe comprehend, but if I can figure out a way to get these press tickets, or if someone knows somebody who's got the I don't know, the yearly pass to the place. After my visit, planning to Seattle in Russia. Planning to visit Seattle in Russia. Wow. Oh, I'm planning to settle in Russia. Not Seattle. Sorry. You're planning to settle in Russia. Yeah, I think it grows on you, right? Once you come here. Potsdam, Germany. Thank you. One of my videos is I went to the Mercedes car dealership. That was a while ago now that I went there. Have your restaurant relatives been to Russia yet? No. My mum wants to come. My dad probably wouldn't come. It would be pretty neat if they would come, though. But no, they haven't visited Russia. Do Moscow have casinos? I don't think they do. Unless there's some underground something. I'm pretty sure it's illegal is gambling here, if I'm not mistaken. There's so many rules and laws that are quite strict here that seem so simple everywhere else, like casinos, like the gun laws and things like that. Too many bugs in Florida. Can you make a video about... Yes. A little bit of sunshine today in Scotland. So they visited Dumbarton, where a big picture is being framed in Glasgow. I really would love to come to Scotland and go to the whiskey distilleries. After working on cruise ships, working in the duty-free, selling all the alcohols over the years, that would be the thing that I'd love to do. Now, do you have any friends among local Muscovites? Yes, Oleg, I've got friends in the town where I live, and a lot of friends that are online. Zangiv, we've met once, only once. Although we feel like we know each other more than that from videos. Yeah, I've got friends in Moscow that I know from mostly through YouTube, and who are through subscribers of the channel, believe it or not, that I've met. Even British guy, New Zealand guy, English guy. Not probably so many Russian people, if that makes sense. More Westerners or expatriates. I would imagine ice hockey is a pretty popular sport, especially with the winters here. No, I can't figure the dental floss thing either. There's a Moscow in Scotland as well. Wow, there's Moscow's everywhere. Moscow in Pennsylvania. There's a USSR restaurant in Orange, France. Wow. That'd be pretty cool if it's just to go see what the menu is. Redcliffe, Kentucky. Keep up the good vlogs. Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I know I'm saying it a lot. Thank you for the super chats. That's so amazing of you. If anyone's done donation alerts, thank you so much as well. I know there is people that do things outside of me doing live streams. Even on the specific videos, there's super thanks that come up. Literally just watching the videos when they're on the channel is helpful for the channel generally. Thumbs ups, comments, they're always helpful. If you're not going to, let's say, support through donations, mean it's not, critical if people do or don't donate. It's obviously very nice for the channel. Makes me making videos easier and going on trips somewhere, like to go to Ufa and things like that. Iron Brew Sweeties are the best. I didn't even know they had Iron Brew Sweets. Goldie, that would be, yeah, I guess being from Scotland and all of that, then there's probably Iron Brew everything. There's probably Iron Brew menu items in a restaurant. What color is the drink? It's basically like a Coca-Cola. It's probably a little bit lighter. It's a little bit kind of brownish, but it's like a cola. It's not as gassy as Coca-Cola is. Iron Brew, the original. Yes. Do you have a car? I don't have a car. No, I did have one in Australia. I had a Hyundai Getz. Probably not the most practical car for Moscow or for Russia. You see Getz everywhere in Russia, though. But no, I rely on public transport everywhere. Yes, I'm going to go there for sure, to Dream Island. I talked about it, and yesterday I was there yesterday. I know you're mentioning it now. No, Blu-ray movies, not blue movies. Blu-ray. I guess we've got seasonal weather similar to Canada. So there's definitely the 4 seasons in Russia, which Canada has as well. Definitely got winters with snow and minus 10, 20, 30 degrees. I love you. Thank you so much. And thank you for the hearts. Purple hearts and clapping. Thank you. I'm just looking if there's any hearts coming up on the chat on the other screen, but I don't see any. There's a Moscow in Idaho. I'm from Antonio, but I'm in Moscow. I study both Russian and English, and my teacher sends me exercises and questions about your videos. Wow, that's pretty cool. Antonio, wow. That's really cool. Yeah, there's a guy called David in my Telegram chat. So Traveling with Russell channel, and there's a chat. David's in Italy, but he's very active in our chat. And actually, I took some photos today at Globus Supermarket of Italian foods and biscuits that I saw, and I put photos in the chat as well of those. Did you know that the University of Idaho was voted the most beautiful in America? Wow. Huh, no, I didn't. That's pretty neat. Army Depot. Originally, Iron Brew is called 1901. Oh. I thought he did say blue movies. No, Blu-ray movies. I need to talk closer to the microphone. Blu-ray movies. Yes, there is probably definitely people who have guns for hunting. I made the video about it, about the hunting and fishing expo. Yeah, Coke is the number one drink ever in the world except Scotland by a local I Am Brew. Yes, it's from Bar. Isn't that what they say? It's from Bar. Life in Europe. Yes, for the ninth time, I will make a video. There is hunting in the in regional areas of Russia. Definitely not in Moscow. Oh, Elena, thank you so much. If you sent on PayPal, thank you. I need to check emails to do that part. Thank you so much. And if anyone's using also SberBank, which is the phone number that you see in the pin and the comments and stuff, I can only see that on my phone, not on my computer here, of course. So, yeah, made from girders. Yes, made from bar. Yes, we can definitely buy I Am Brew in Moscow, though, Goldie. Yeah, everybody wants to move to Russia. Yeah, I've seen this, but I don't. Is it really everybody though? You know, maybe it's a percentage of people. What's your football team? This is Fremantle Dockers. Oh, this side. This is their Media Polo, which is the one where they've got all the names of the companies that are supporting the brands that are supporting the team. So this is Australian rules football, by the way. Sherlock and Watson. Joseph, if you go to the British Embassy in Moscow, there is a Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson statue out the front of the British Embassy. What am I doing in Moscow living? I'm married to a Russian. I live here with her. We were in Australia during COVID times. We're now back in Moscow. What type of deer or elk? I don't know. Tochi, who is from Nigeria, who lives in Russia, and a great vlogger on YouTube, Afro-Russian TV. No, I've not heard of him at all. I don't really look up vloggers and things. Sometimes they come in my recommendations when I open YouTube. So no, I don't. Any new auto expo is coming up? Yes, the MIMS one is either next week or the week after. There is an auto expo I think it's 2 weeks from now. So I'm going to go to that. It's called MIMS, MIMS or MIMI or something. MIMS Expo. Yeah, I'm going to go there and check it out and see what I can find to film. Oh, Mary Ellen, hello. You were the first to comment at the start of the live stream. Thank you so much for commenting and being a channel member also. Thank you. I can't really compare American women and Russian women. I'm Australian. Las Vegas comes to Russia. Gamble is legal in Sochi, Primory, and two other places. That's interesting. Do you watch cricket in Russia? I watch it via live streaming. I haven't watched anything recently. I watched a little of the Ashes when it was on Australia, England. So yeah, I've definitely watched that. Now there's the 100 on, which is like the T20 in England. I watch just through live streaming. Oh, Ballantyne's is from Dumbarton. You can buy Ballantyne's whiskey here in Moscow, by the way. Oh, thank you. You'll send the menu on your YouTube Gmail. Thank you. Thank you so much. What top flying things do you do if you came to Moscow? I guess you go to the Kremlin, you go Rock on Red Square, you go to Gorky Park. These are all things you can do very close together, by the way. GUM is the big famous shopping center across from Red Square. Central Children's Shopping Center. Maybe go to the Bolshoi Ballet. It's very not easy to get tickets to it, but you could go to the Bolshoi Ballet. Moscow Circus, Moscow Zoo. Go to some shopping centers. Go to some parks. VDNH, VDNKH, VDNKH. VDNH is probably you might see on the channel. There's a few videos that I've made of the different parks. Sokolniki Park, Kolomisko Park. Thank you, Stephen. There used to be a Russian restaurant where you lived. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Russians that live in New York. I don't know. Maybe they're in certain boroughs of New York, but there's Russians everywhere. Are there insects on cruise ships? Never saw any. There's always that famous thing about rats running around on ships, but I've never saw one in my life. Never saw any insects. Maybe up on the open deck you get mosquitoes and flies, but that's about it. There's definitely flies and mosquitoes in the summertime here in Moscow. On Kicks as well as YouTube. I don't know what Kicks is. Your live chat's on Kicks. Looks like Coke. Yes, it does look like Coke. Oh, another person from Scotland. Hello. Dennistown, Glasgow. Pleased to meet you, Robert. Robert Russell. Oh, fellow Russell. Coke will dissolve your teeth. Yes, I've heard that a lot. See you in the next live stream. Thank you, Joey. Thank you so much. I'll go for, how long more should we go for? Either 6 minutes. No, 16 minutes. I think that's right. 16 minutes or 24 minutes. I think I'm getting that wrong. Let's see how it is with the chat. Hello from Kaluga, Red Fox. You're down the road from me. Yeah, I'm in Aprelivka, so I'm sure you know where I am from where you are. Keep going on the train from Aprelivka, from Kiev railway station direction. We'll end up in Kaluga. Drink from Baikal Lake. You need to taste the real water from that lake. The cleanest in the world. Svetlana, yes. I don't have Lake Baikal water, but I've got some Moscow transport water. I wonder what river that one's from. And I did actually have some Moscovich water when I went to the Moscovich factory. They gave me a famous bottle of Moscovich water. And from my friend from Portugal, I have President Hotel water. This is artisan still water. I've got a little collection of waters. Can you get haggis in Russia? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there's no Scottish restaurants. No, not at all. I can still get on cruise ships. I've still got visas to go on into America. Not an absolute problem at all. The cruise lines are supporting the employees on cruise ships from both of the current major countries that are involved in events right now. Am I going to go to Crimea? There's no plan to. Although my wife spent a lot of her childhood going there on trips in summertime. Have I seen Foster's in Moscow? No, I have seen. I just saw yesterday or the day before. Oh my gosh. The cider drink. It's an Australian brand of cider. Bundaberg ginger beer or ginger ale. I've not seen Foster's. There is a video on the channel, Scott, about a beer shop in Moscow. It's the largest beer selection of beers in the world in a shop. If you want to check out that video, there was a couple of Australian brands that I saw in there, though. I don't know if the fan is that noisy at all. Max, I won't really answer your question. I can't really say this. Do you believe all these things? Is it true? Interesting. You're talking about Siberia Freedom Channel. I'm not sure where the gas factory is. I'm sure it's probably somewhere in Moscow region if there is one here. Like Badlands Chugs. Chugs does. I don't know. I could make it. I was going to do a Coca-Cola tasting video for a long time, and I've even got some in a box in the other room. You watch the Ages cricket. Maybe I think you mean the Ashes. I did watch the Ashes when it was on. Thank you for your videos. Thank you so much. It says you're American. Your accent says you're American more than you are Australian. Wow. Maybe that's working on cruise ships for so many years. I think my accent is very mixed up from that because working on the ships for close to 20 years, I worked with people from 50 countries over that time. And your accent becomes more simplified because you're trying to conversate with different people. Is it true that Russians watch British comedy? I don't know. I don't watch TV myself hardly. Have I met Sergey from Real Russia? No, I haven't. I've met Konstantin from Inside Russia channel. What's going on in Australia? There's often strange phenomenons. What's going on in Australia? I listen to like talkback radio, and I listen to the news, like a radio station streaming. Just normal day-to-day things in Australia. I will be watching the World Cup. Yes, I just need to figure out what time it is and make sure I get the right time difference. But yes, I'll definitely be watching the Women's World Cup and the Matildas. 100%. The hockey is televised on local television. Yes, I don't think all the games are. I guess it's regional depending on where you are in Russia. But there is definitely games on every. I wouldn't say every night, but when the schedule is on, they are on TV. And then obviously, if they're in Moscow, you can just get tickets and go to them. Lenin's Mausoleum is open to the public. Yes, it's only certain days. There is a video on the channel. If you go and look at the channel page of the overall, if you put Lenin's Mausoleum, not tomb, or Lenin into the search of the channel, there is a video about how to find Lenin's Mausoleum in Red Square, by the way, on the channel. That was one of my ideas of the channel originally, was to do like how-to videos, how to find things, how to find places. Greetings from New York. Thank you. Avitor. Akitor. Go Aussies. Yes. Do you remember Dev's family? Not. Oh, yes. Not Keppel Dev. Yes. From yesterday. Right. Be proper Dev. Yes. We were chatting there at the swing at the end before I ended up walking out. It was raining when I left. What was your job on cruise ships? I worked in the onboard duty-free shops. So I was working as called a shoppy, working in the shops, mostly selling alcohol, tobacco, candy, personal care items. So there's a liquor shop on all cruise ships in the world, and that was my job. Well, something just fell on my desk, and I don't know where it landed. Don't worry about it. What is number one bucket list location you want to visit that you haven't been to? Ooh, I've been to a lot of places on cruise ships. So, Maldives. I think everybody wants to go to one of those over water huts on the Maldives. Maldives. That's definitely a bucket list place for me, or somewhere like Fiji. Fiji is easy to get to from Australia, but from here it's not. But Maldives is very easy. There's direct flights to get there. Show Moscow and Russia as they are versus. Okay, thank you so much. I can't pronounce your name, but thank you so much. Apart from that, nothing much in the skies. Yes. Wasn't there like a flight that got turned around today from Sydney to Kuala Lumpur? They took the guy off the plane. Another famous Scot in Russia was John McLean, great socialist and friend. And we met you, my husband and me, in the center of Moscow. You was under us. He told me CNN was there. Chisty Pudi. Oh, told me CNN was there. We met you, my husband and me, in the center of Moscow. Or maybe at Sabrina's Adventures. Maybe we met at the tram parade. That was pretty cool. Wow. Thank you, Sabrina's Adventures. Maybe that's your channel at the same time. Oh, yeah, there you go. So it's on 2 different channels. Thank you, VG. Chinese takeaway doesn't seem to be a thing in Moscow, in Russia, no. There's a lot of Thai places, Vietnamese places, not so many Chinese restaurants or Chinese takeaways, no, definitely not. Bundaberg, yes. That's what I saw in the store. You can actually buy it in a lot of shops in Moscow. Bundaberg ginger ale. As to why MAG has done so poorly, it's been reported they're closing most, if not all, of their stores. Yeah, I've heard that in the local news. Maybe just people didn't take up the change from Zara to MAG as much as some of the other brands that have changed names and branding and things like that and labeling. Maybe it's a good excuse for them to do the change and then close the stores. I wonder. Castlemaine, yes. Very famous Australian beer. Yeah, Foster's mainly Forex, Carlton, but yeah, Carlton Cold, VB. Yes, I think Corona is one of the most popular beers in Australia as well. I know it's not Australian beer, but Privyet Kagdala from South Africa. Oh, Harashov, YouTube user. Hello. Privyet to you as well. I don't drink tea or coffee. My wife does. I don't. I've never tried skiing or snowboarding ever, so I'd love to do that at one point. There is a lot of ski fields even in Moscow and Moscow region that open, but I've never done either of them. Bayonne, New Jersey, have a cruise ship terminal. Yes. Used to have a cruise ship for the gamblers. The cruise ship goes out to international waters for a week and then comes back to New Jersey. Yes. Oh, I didn't know about a gambling ship, but there was ones that are out of Fort Lauderdale and Port Canaveral. It'd be interesting if there was one in New Jersey. Done cruises out of Manhattan, going over to Bermuda and up to New England on the ships. People that live in vans, there's not really people that do that in Russia. It's too cold. There's not really even a very big caravan culture here or van life culture. Just the weather's not suitable to it, really. Friends of mine worked as kitchen staff. Oh, there we go. Buckeye, hello. Gordon, thank you so much. We love your channel. Thank you. Pitcairn Island. I don't know the name of this place. I visited for 2 weeks in 1994. Why Russia? My wife is Russian. Home is the best. Yes, very much agree with that statement. Yes, home is where your heart is, where your family is, where you are from. It's like even just going to Ufa for a week and then coming back. You know, it's always good to be back where you live and your home and sleep in your own bed and things like that. Can't play any instruments. No, not at all. And he also enjoyed visiting Norfolk Island. Wow, I've never been there myself. Wilco Shops. Oh, Joe, hello. How are you going? Sereno. Greetings from Mexico. Hola, ¿cómo está? We are your fans of your channel. Where places, events do you prefer to attend? Anything, Sabrina, anything that's like an event, like I was at the India Day Festival. Yesterday I mentioned that a bunch of times. Yeah, this Urban Forum I'm going to try to get to this week, one of the days. Pleasant, courteous, and direct videos. Thank you so much, Floridian. Day-to-day common person, refreshing through the days. Thank you. Oh, Lazar, I've got a video coming out of my cousin's apartment in Moscow, in Ufa, in Moscow, in Ufa. I filmed a walk around of his apartment and his building. That might be an interesting video just to answer your exact question about modern residential developments and micro districts. I think you'd best to call them in Russia, right? Yeah, it's obviously a thing in Russia versus like in Australia. We've got very little, apartment living. It's a bigger thing here. Going into Moscow and even in Ufa, there was just buildings everywhere just going up. Even my wife was shocked to see how much new developments there are. I like apartment living personally. I would never have thought of it before coming to Russia, but I'm all for it here. Mutiny on the Bounty. Oh, there you go. We always used to say east, west, home is best. East, west, home is the best. Apart from Russia's beautiful, apart from cold weather. You get used to it, honestly. You do get used to it. It's not, you dress appropriately. You don't go out dressed sillily. Well, maybe the first trip I did go out a lot, sometimes not dressed properly, but now I've got better coats, better jackets, better sweaters, hoodies, gloves. What looks appealing in Russia in supermarkets is the unique biscuits and treats. Yes, there is aisles and aisles of them, Rhodes. Never-ending choices of treats and sweets and biscuits and cookies and cakes. There is, it's probably more kind of treats and snacks than there are traditional food, if you like to call it. No, I've not been to this ice cream factory. No, I don't know the name that you're. Oh, sorry. That would be pretty cool though. If anyone wants to figure out how to get me there, take me there. Tell me how to get there. My wife probably wouldn't take part in it. She doesn't really do any of that sort of stuff. I can't because I'm not a citizen. So. Yeah, a lot of fresh breads as well. Yeah, if you watch the videos and I show in the different supermarkets, the bakeries. Yeah. Did the Australian government encourage Australians in Russia to return? I know it's been mentioned. There is the Safe Traveller website that's got the warnings. There's warnings about not flying to Bali. There's don't fly to Mexico. Don't fly to certain countries in Europe. Don't fly to most of South America. Don't fly to most of Africa. So thank you so much. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Prem. Kezwana. Oh, it translates. Thank you for the donation alerts. Donation alerts works 48 seconds ago. Thank you so much for the donation alerts. I can't put it on the screen. I'd like to. I'm just dragging my mouse over the top of it, but... what is the source of your income in Russia? Well, it's YouTube, essentially. Apart from my wife has a job and works and earns money. People watching videos and then getting the ads shown to them on the YouTube. That's pretty much the income that I've created from making videos on YouTube. Plans for the future. My plans are to sit in this chair a lot, make videos, and relax. And visit places, go see things, interesting things, watch sport, go to parks, chill out, eat nice food. My wife has about 23 different plans for the future every day. Probably has at least 5 today already. Well, 5 or 10 a day. She's got different ideas for the future. She's probably dreaming of some now that she'll tell me in the morning. Thank you, I keep saying Floridian. I think it's right. Thanks for spending your evening with us. Yes, I'm going to leave in 6 minutes, everybody. So get your last comments in, get your last donation alerts in, super chats in. 352 likes, by the way, is crazy, especially with as many people watching. Thank you. Trying to learn the language just so I can talk to my friends in Russia in Moscow. He told me to watch your videos. I love it so far. Yeah, I don't speak enough Russian. For me, it's difficult because I'm older. I think the younger you are, the easier you are to take the language in and learn and remember and think of things. Especially like young kids, they just soak up everything. Whereas when you get a bit older, it's a bit harder to remember things. Yes, Russia does have free healthcare, similar to National Health Service. Yes, I'm not sure exactly like for like, but if you were to get sick, you can go to a public hospital. We've got one down the end of the street from us here. Our public hospital for Prelivka is literally at the end of the road. There's also a children's hospital attached to it, like a children's wing. Yeah, I know it's quite similar. So yeah, there is also private healthcare, or also free healthcare. If you're sick, you can call a doctor or a nurse to come to your house, and then an ambulance would come essentially. Yes, road. Yeah, correct. About 40 pence a kilo of carrots. Yeah, the main staple: potatoes, carrots, beetroot, cabbage is all very cheap in Russia. Summer ending quickly. It's hardly started. It's been so overcast and rainy and hot, then cold, then hot, then cold. Everyone in Moscow is like wondering when is summer, and it's happening, but it's just so sporadic. Do a translated video, subtitles, exotic rings. Wow. I see this channel that shows vintage jewelry. Thank you. I'll have to check that out. Russell, your videos show me that Moscow is just like any other big city around the world. Yes, there are beautiful people, ugly people, but most are just average-looking people. Yes, very true. Yes, I'm no oil painting myself, as I like to say. And I always wonder how my wife put up or discovered or figured out me. Greetings from Orlando. Thank you, Andy. Hello to Orlando. I've stayed on iDrive. You guys call it iDrive. That's the name for International Drive in Orlando. And I've been 2 or 3 times in Orlando and spent a week at a time when I've gone there. Thanks, Russell, for everything. Thank you, Rhodes. Engineered weather. Yes. I always make that joke at wintertime in Moscow that, anytime you go to Red Square, especially when it's wintertime, it snows. And I feel like there's like snow machines on the roof of GUM and the Kremlin and the historical museum that make it snow when you're walking in Red Square, because that picture in your head, that movie, that scene of Moscow where it's snowing when you're walking across Red Square towards the St. Basil's Cathedral. And I feel like someone switches on the snow machine. Yeah. Thank you for many. Yes, thank you so much, SkyMax. Similar courage, common sense, and human openness. Thank you. Keep them coming. Maybe I can ask my friend about his tractor shop you can go take a look at. Yes, that would be cool. Just send an email to me or them, or either through Telegram or through the Gmail address on the description. No, we ask questions to Russell's friends. We are not sleeping. It's too early. Yes. Yeah, 10:45. I mean, my wife likes to be 9 p.m. in bed. She's an early to bed, early rise kind of person. So thank you for a great chat. Thank you, MT. Anita said that she could send any jewelry to Russia. I have asked her how so I could at least send some Kit Kats to you, Russell. Yes. Kit Kats would be nice. It's the silly things that you miss. I know that's weird to say Kit Kats. I can safely drink tap water. Yeah, I did a little poll about it, didn't I, in the community post about that. Regards from Perla. Hello. Regards from Mexico. Oh, you remember the Olympics here. Wow. Good night, Russell. Thank you. Sol, thank you so much. Or soy. Yes. Hawaiian fires were not organic. Yeah, that's horrible to see. I've been on cruise ships that tended into Lahaina, so I know the exact place where all that took place, and it's just crazy to see the news and the photographs from there. I'm not sure about the climate change taxes and stuff. I know what you're talking about, but I don't see that in any news and things like that. Thanks for the live chat. Thank you. Sergey, thank you. Wow, a lot of thank yous. You guys all know my 2-hour limit. That's pretty cool. Russell, I like chicken twisties. Yes. You like chicken twisties. I like chicken twisties. Yes, I'm definitely in Russia. I'm in Moscow. I'm in Moscow region. I'm in a Prelivka, which is narrow for Minsk. Yes. Thanks for sharing all your interesting info. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Yeah, so if anyone wants to join me on Telegram, look up Traveling with Russell channel. Please keep watching videos. Please keep putting thumbs ups. Please keep putting comments. If anybody wants to support the channel through the different donation options, they're in the pinned comment of most videos. They're in the description. Things like super thanks as something you can add to a video that you're watching, or donation alerts, or SberBank if you're in Russia. Thank you, everybody. Wow, a lot of thank yous. Goldie, thank you so much for the super chat. Also to Tatiana, thank you so much as well. How well do you know Russian geography? Probably not as well as I should. There's a million different names of places. Thank you for the stream. Fireflux, John, thank you. Everybody with a Russian name, thank you also. Take care from Athens, Greece. Wow, yes, thank you. Cheese and onion pasties from Greg's. I watch a channel Revolution chapter called Salvage Rebuilds UK, and they fix broken cars, and he calls it GR Eggs. He gets his coffee in the morning going to his kind of workshop to fix the cars, and he calls it GR Eggs. You're going to be a big hit in Russell. Thank you, Rhodes. Thank you so much. Why did you decide to move? Ilya, you're asking at the very end of the live stream. I've lived here for 9 years. I'm married. I live here with my wife in Moscow region. I really appreciate what you do and look forward to. Thank you, Earth Extremities, for reading out all the messages. You're very welcome. Yes, but yes, there's a large group of Americans who want to build this. Well, there's one guy that wants all the Americans to move there, and yeah, it's a bit of a long, dragged-out story. But yes, I've heard about it, but I don't know the people involved in it. I know of them, but I've never met them personally. So, hello, Brett. Hello. I guess that's hello with a bad spelling. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, everybody, for watching the live stream. Thank you so much for 374 likes on this particular video. Thank you so much. 137 people still watching. That's really amazing as well. Of course, the time difference makes it impossible for everyone around the world to watch. The domestic Russian audience who's watching is less than 11% of all the viewers on the channel. So obviously I do the live stream. That's a bit of a suitable time for me. I'd like to do it around about 5 p.m. local time, not 8 p.m. Maybe the next live stream will be a little bit earlier, so it might suit more people around the world. Yeah, that's crazy that there's so many people. I mean, I don't expect thousands to watch, but you never know. A lot of people will watch this on replay. Pretty much most of my videos that I make are not vlogging videos. They're more title-specific videos about places, things, typical Russian, apartment, shopping center, supermarket, things like that. Best chocolate in Russia. I don't tend to have a worry about the brands, but I've got a wrapper here from Alpine Gold. And this is pretty much the 50 or 60 ruble chocolate in Russia, which is perfectly fine for me. I don't need anything more fancy than that. Do you feel the differences? No. I mean, I know things are different. I can see things are different. I mean, it's how it affects everybody individually that makes it different. You know, I can't speak for the other 100 million people that live in Russia. Yulia, thank you so much. Очень приятно. No, yeah, очень приятно. No. До свидания. Spokinoki. Spokinoki. Favorite dessert in Russia? Oh, Medovik. The honey cake. By a long way. Yes, Tim Kirby is the guy that's doing the American Village. He's got a long way to go to get to that point of making a village, by the way. It's not as simple as just making a village. Hi, we met in Moscow. This is Prem in Indian Festival. Oh, Indian with Russian Wife channel. Oh, that's an interesting name. Yes, I met lots of people yesterday. Thank you, everyone that met me at the Indian Festival. It was really neat. Good to see you. Yeah, and watching the live stream. And I'm just about to pop off now. We've passed 2 hours, and I think everybody wants to rest. I've got a little bit of my drink left. Yes. Thank you so much. I think people are saying goodnight in Russian. Is my translate over here going to work? Oh, Spokinoki, yes. Artur, thank you so much. That's my good night, which is kind of not the official saying to say good night. Sounds yummy. Oh, the drink is yummy, and Spokinoki is kind of a fun way to say good night. And really enjoyed it. So, but did you know about subway train parade? It was on the big circle line. Yes, I didn't go to that because I went to the tram parade. There was a tram parade, not exactly on the same time as the metro train parade. I know about it as well, but I went to the tram parade instead because it's easy to film that. The tram parade on the subway parade on the big circle line is a bit harder to film because obviously this big circle line is in operation. So the train comes to the station, stops, then leaves, and the next one comes along. All right. Thank you. Where are you now? I'm in Moscow. I'm in my kitchen, in my lounge room, in my open plan area of the house here. The TV's right behind me. That's the kitchen. That's the balcony door open because we're trying to let a little bit of breeze in. Did you move to Russia because of cost of living? No, I moved here because of my wife. And we were both happy to come and live here. So we're here. Yes, World Food Expo. Yeah, I'm going to go to that as well. I went to it last year or the year before. So definitely we'll go to it again. It'll be interesting to see what differences there are this year. Lekker. Oh, very lekker. Thank you. No. Oh my gosh. Here may a drucky. Here may a drucky or here may a swinky. Please give me a kiss, give me a hug in Afrikaans. We'd love a house tour. Now, there is a apartment video on this channel of this apartment. So if you want to look up the playlist of apartment tours, look for the one that says for rent, I think it says. For rent. There's a picture of the building. You'd have to maybe just check which one it is, but you'll recognize this apartment if you watch the video. There is definitely a video on the channel. I guess I can look it up quickly. Can I? To put it on put the link to it. How quick can I do that? Apartment. Oh, for sale. There's 8 videos in my apartment tour playlist now. That's crazy. This one right here. The apartment tour that I did of this apartment has a 603,000 views. Will that go or will that freeze? Yeah, if you click that link. Russian typical apartment tour. Can you live here is the name of it. And it says for rent on the thumbnail and a little arrow pointing to the building. Yes, hunting and fishing Rhodes, I went to that one last year. There's a video on the channel, and I will probably go to it again this year. It's the one apartment with the black kitchen. Yes. Thank you. Yes, correct. Oh. It's not necessarily chatting for so long for 2 hours. That's easy. It's sitting under this light right here. And it's just so bright because I've also got the overhead lights on as well. And I normally don't have this light on or these lights on. I have just a light, like a TV light next to the television and sofa here. Yeah, that's what's. Oops, what's going on? There we go. Let's get back to that one. Did the link come into the chat then, or not? No. Did it get deleted? That's strange. Let me just paste it again. There we go. Have a Coke. I don't have a Coke. I've got Chernogolovka by Carl. No Coca-Cola in the house at the moment. I bought, when I went to the Rynok at the train station in Prelivka, I bought 2 cans of Coca-Cola, and they were from Afghanistan. And they were only 70 rubles each at the Rynok. So I thought I'd treat myself to 2 cans. I normally buy one sometimes and just drink it when I'm walking from the train station home, but I bought 2 and put them in the fridge. This was last week now. Man United and Wolves are playing today. Oh, there's English football on for sure then. But we're all following Wrexham now. We're all Wrexham fans because of the guys that own the team and that they got promoted and everything like that. Yes, everyone's asking questions. It's no worries to ask questions. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. Let me just press close over there. Thank you so much again. 389 likes. We were 11 likes short of 400, which is crazy. I keep saying it's crazy. People who do comments, likes, any of the different donation options to the channel, thank you. I mean, to get to 100,000, now 104,000. That's just insane in itself. I thumbed up. Thank you, Rhodes. Thank you so much. Oh, 391. Wow, that's crazy. Will it get to 400? 8 short, 392. Maybe you can count it down with me. Bye, Alexander. Thank you so much for watching. I think a few people have also left as well. The red and blue. Crystal Palace. Have a good rest and good night. Thank you, Joanne. Yes, I think you've watched a long time as well. You got it a few hours earlier than me in Portugal, so it's a bit of a bonus that you've got the earlier time. If I start at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Moscow time, it'll be easier for Europe. Also, it'll catch more Australians who watch because of the 5 or 7 hour time difference as well. Oh, 400. I'm out of here. Hopefully it doesn't go to 399. I loved the Indian festival yesterday. It was very cool. Apart from the rain, I was hoping I was going to be there when it wasn't raining. Yeah, Carol, 401 likes. Yes. Yeah, I hope it wasn't going to be raining, and it did start raining. So it wasn't the best with the weather, but it was a great event anyway. So, all right, end broadcast. Where's that button? Thanks, everybody. I'll see you in another live stream. I'll do one a little bit sooner than, what was it, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Yeah, maybe we can figure out a way to get the I flew to Australia for my play button video funded, and I can go and do that. That'd be a crazy video. Thank you. Thanks, Revolution, Spence, and everybody else. I'm not called your name out. Thank you, so Malani. Good night. Joanna, thank you. Bye, everybody. See you later.